Well, can I just add something somewhat lighthearted but also somewhat topical?
Go for it.
I did a little reel yesterday. For those of you who are women in the chat, Witchery has just unveiled a new logo. Now, I think you and I talked about Witchery a long time ago, Topher. They're a heritage Aussie brand. They're owned by the Country Road Group. They've been in Australia for 50 years, and it's one of those brands, like Eddie would absolutely have Witchery in her wardrobe. And they've gone through this like total refresh where you're seeing Gen Z starting to come into the workplace and starting to climb up the career ladder. And I'm not against that by any stretch. But what I think is worth pointing out here is the great disconnect between Gen Z, who have been chronically online for most of their life, and reality. And it's really beautifully displayed in what Witchery's done. So I'm going to play you. It's like 90 seconds, but I'm going to bring up my Instagram and play you this reel, and then we can talk about it.
Is it the animation of their new logo?
Yeah.
Because that's horrific. I just Googled it now to see what you were talking about. That's horrific.
Yeah. So I'm going to play you this, and then because I say it perfectly in this reel, it's now currently going viral. I'm not making any friends in the fashion space, but hang on, I've got to add my share screen.
Because I've got it. I can add it if you need me to.
Hang on. Hopefully you'll hear the... Can we hear that? No.
Well, you got to put it on the screen first.
Let's talk about it. Witchery's rebrand
Like
started in July. Stop.
Is that what you... All right, I'm letting go. I'm stopping.
Okay, adding to stage, and I have to play it again. So I'll get out of it, and hopefully we hear the Aussie brand Witchery has just unveiled their new monogram, and it's giving Willy Wonka. So let's talk about it. Witchery's rebrand started in July 24 when they dropped the size 20, swapped to synthetic fabrics, and called it a bold awakening. It wasn't bold, it was bland, and it was the exact same copy-paste, quiet luxury capsule wardrobe aesthetic we're seeing everywhere right now. So let's talk about this monogram. It is completely disjointed. The light sans serif font of Witchery has been their stablemate for years, and introducing this clunky W that allegedly references Taylor's scissors.
Animation.
Well, it's completely tone deaf. Witchery doesn't tailor. They mass produce all their clothes overseas. I cannot believe they introduced it to an already skeptical market with this AI-generated slop. Research couldn't be clearer. Consumers are rejecting AI-generated content. Witchery used to stand for affordable luxury, classic feminine pieces that were at an affordable price point that was reflected in the good tailoring and the good quality of the fabrication. This rebrand and the introduction of the monogram didn't elevate its heritage. It's completely erased it, and I imagine along with a lot of their loyal customer base. Yes, Dish did the same thing, jumping from a 62 million revenue business to 132 million, but Witchery isn't Dish, and neither is their customer demographic. Their audience isn't Gen Z, and this attempt to push this trend feels like gaslighting loyal customers. I get they're trying to attract a younger customer, but Gen Z doesn't typically have the disposable income to shop at a place like Witchery, and they're famously disloyal. As soon as the quiet luxury trend dies, so does their brand loyalty. This whole rebrand feels chronically online, and the Pinterest perfect images just lack any soul or depth. I think this is a big L for Witchery, and the sycophantic staff comments just feel cringe. So here's a question. When did individuality stop being profitable, and how long until customers start to reject brands trying to turn us all into clones?
So while we talk about it, I just want to bring this up. Okay. Now, there's a great comment from Melissa earlier. Where is it? Just because you can use AI doesn't mean you should. Just watch this. Watch this as it goes through its arc. And you're going to see multiple points where the animation jumps. It doesn't resolve from one position to the next. It jerks and jumps. Oh, there we go. You see that? That wasn't like, okay, this is exactly what you... This is exactly what you talk about, though, Carly. Just because you've got AI, you've got the tools, you've got the animation software, doesn't make you the artist or the photographer or what have you. This is someone who has all the gear and no idea. They had a nice, fancy animation software suite and no freaking idea how to tell a story or do anything even visually coherent with it.
It's actually worse than that, Topher. Someone in their marketing team thought, hey, I can use Midjourney. I can do this really quick prompt, and they've put that out there. Now, this is someone, whoever, like, there's so many chains of command that was able to approve this, but this is something that you would use in the initial sketch phase. Oh, I've got this cool idea. Let's, like, AI is great for conceptual stuff. Like, can we do this? What should have happened then is this goes to a 3D render artist, someone that can use Blender, who develops it and builds that out. But firstly, like, animation aside, everything about this is wrong. But this brings back my point. People argue that we're smarter with all this technology. I cannot find a better example to prove how much we are regressing. There's so many things wrong with this logo for starters. Like, apart from the jumping, it's not even cohesive, the way it blends and folds and shapes, because AI doesn't stand visual representation. So watch here, watch as it turns on itself. Now, if this was real, it would have to come closer to you because it couldn't turn on itself because AI doesn't understand depth. Watch it. Yeah. It just like weirdly is able to move.
Yeah.
So
that's all wrong. It's all wrong.
But this is what I mean. Like, you can push this shit. Like, someone in the marketing team, like, this is amazing. Look what we're doing. This is what I mean about gaslighting. You go and read all the comments. This has been rejected by their audience. No one likes this, apart from the sycophantic staff members who had to go and give some emojis. But I think this is a really good way of looking at what's going on with the way things are moving with AI. Consumers are rejecting it just because it's there. It's not going to have the adaptation I think everyone's expecting it to. And even in the last 2.5 years of ChatGPT being so prolific, you can see how poorly people are using it. They're using it to replace themselves, whereas AI is great for a friend who can speed line that initial conceptual phase.
Iteration, conceptualizing, researching, that sort of stuff, fantastic. Finished product, not even close. Now, I'm going to give you a free kick on this comment, Carly. This is Truth Oz, who we got a comment from him earlier, or her earlier. All my girls wear White Fox. Why? Yep. Carly, tell us, because White Fox is a brand that has worked.
Yeah. Well, for starters, TikTok and influencer marketing, you know, we talked before about just coalescing to this social media content creation phase. And there's a lot of brands who have done this incredibly well. Bondi Sands, we've talked about them before. They sold out at 400 million. White Fox is a good example. Dish, brilliant example. I brought it up in that reel. These guys are able to jump on that trend and ride that wave. The issue is sustainability. So if you're smart, you'll jump on this trend, ride it out, and jump out at the peak. Then the problem is with a lot of people when it comes to business is greed. I'm going to keep growing this till it's $1 billion company. Whereas people who see the wave are able to exit out. It's like the guy that started Culture Kings. He exited at 600 million. Culture Kings is declining. Why is it declining? Because hip hop culture is declining. Like all of these trends. And the problem with social media and particularly TikTok is they're all micro trends. You have to be on it the day it comes out. For example, the Coldplay meme, right? I wasn't even on socials when that came out. But people today are still making memes about that. It's old news, guys. It's done. You look like a Luddite if you're now still like referencing that. This is the problem. So people like White Fox, not so much Dish, they're a bit different, but they're able to see these micro trends, jump on them prolifically the second they happen, and they know exactly when to exit. And that's how you survive this kind of like volatile retail market right now. Hey guys, thanks for watching another short clip from the Oddcast. If you want to watch the full video, it's over on YouTube at the Oddcast HQ, and you can see more from me and Topher over there. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and keep up with us in the comments.